This is the Healthy Business Podcast, the show for ambitious business owners who want to grow and scale in a healthy way. I'm Sarah Cook, and I'll be sharing with you tips, inspiration, and proven methods from leading business experts, entrepreneurs, and health and wellness professionals to help you grow your business with more income and having more impact, but in a way that works for you. Because when you have clarity and strategy, you can achieve the results you want. Hello and welcome to today's episode of the Healthy Business Podcast. I'm Sarah Cook and I'm going to be your host for this episode. And today we are talking stress, but I want to shift that stress into success because I think there is a lot of stuff going on at the moment, right? Like there is a lot of things that we are exposed to, both from media perspective, from other people's opinions, and there's a lot of stuff going on with the change of seasons. You know, we're coming into a really busy period with Christmas coming and lots of other events. And I know for myself, there's a lot of things going on personally as well, like both my children's birthdays, my husband's birthday straight after Christmas. So it's a really busy time of year, let alone all of the juggling of social occasions and school activities and caring for others. I've got family members who aren't very well. And this can really build up. So whatever you are feeling, and if you're starting to feel a little bit stressed or a little bit anxious, I want to share with you some ways that we can limit how that affects our business, because we all know that whatever happens in our personal life has a direct impact on our business, and whatever happens in our business obviously has a direct impact on our personal lives. So when we have lots to do, when we're feeling overwhelmed, or even when we're feeling tired or anxious, this can be, or a lot of people use that word stress to describe how they're feeling. So whilst I absolutely love working with entrepreneurs and leaders because they have this inner drive to achieve the success, they want to hit their goals, they want to, especially this time of year, you want to hit your end of year in a really positive way so that you can kickstart the next year. And to do that, we have to have that inner drive. We have to have that element of sass, right? Now, I talk about this in my book on page 69 specifically. So if you have a copy of my book, head across to there, because sass is one of those words, isn't it, that I think people kind of look at potentially in a negative way. But actually, when we look at the definition, it is someone who is being described as lively, bold, full of spirit, and having a bit of creativity. Now, those are common traits amongst entrepreneurs. However, when stress occurs and when that feeling of kind of anxiety or something triggers us, that lively spirit can be dampened and we can start feeling kind of a bit negative, or we can start listening to other people's opinions and emotions and judgments. And I hugely recognize this in myself when I was feeling really burnt out in my corporate days and early on within my first business. And I see it so many times within other people who aren't yet fulfilling their potential. In fact, it limits how we can affect and how we can feel our potential as well. Now, I truly believe that now is such an amazing opportunity for you to achieve all of the goals that you're looking to, but also to make some positive changes. We're all a work in progress, and our journeys are always going to be ever evolving, and stress can build up. So we need to make sure that we are aware of that stress, but also recognizing that if we don't deal with that stress, that's going to have an impact on not just how we feel, but also our physical body as well. So for many people, that sort of physical stress can manifest its way into sickness, poor sleep, gut health, immune system, mental health, even our productivity, our energy on an everyday basis. But even looking at our hormone levels, especially us women, blood sugar levels, it can affect our weight, and it can affect how quickly we heal and repair. But whilst I totally believe that some stress is good because it often fuels our inner fire, but if, as I said, if we leave it to build up, that can lead to serious health problems. And I don't want that to happen for you guys. Your business isn't worth it, but your business is absolutely worth you putting the effort in, because I know there are opportunities right now. Some of my clients are absolutely smashing it because they are taking intentional action, supporting their own health, physical health and emotional health, making sure that their stress levels are, allowing them to operate in the ways that they need to. But if we're able to identify and be aware of our triggers, not only is it going to help us manage them, but it allows us to put in plans in place so that we can operate at our optimal levels of health. Now, when we know that, then we can focus on the things within our business. But if we're trying to grow our business and we're trying to support our health at the same time, something has to give. So I really, and you know from listening to me, I'm really passionate that health is the cornerstone in allowing us and actually fueling our success within our business. It allows us to supercharge things. So I want us to look at how we can turn that stress into success. And obviously, health is a huge part of that. We need to be able to reduce our stress, looking at our physical stress, physical tensions where we're feeling that. And you might feel that in certain ways. And my experience in the health and wellness industry, as well as a massage therapist, I'm really aware where stress shows up for me. And it's one of the reasons that I have a non-negotiable monthly massage appointment, because it allows me to work through the stress and tension that naturally builds up in my neck and shoulders. I'm also really aware of the importance of me doing yoga so that I can stretch out my muscles, but also have that emotional health support as well. But looking at ways that you can understand your body and looking at ways that you can release that stress from a physical perspective will allow you to supercharge your results within your business. So health is one of those things that, we often put to the bottom of our to-do list, especially when we're busy, especially when we're trying to grow our businesses and trying to put everyone else first and hit our goals. But I really want to encourage you to think about your health and prioritize that, because if we get that right and if we manage that in the right way, that's actually going to allow you to supercharge your sales and your business goals. So health is one big area. The other thing that I want you to think about is the positive emotions that you're feeling every single day. And looking at this from a growth mindset perspective. Now, I share a lot around this in actually the first chapter within my book, Healthy You, Wealthy Business. So if you haven't got a copy, go and grab it off Amazon. You'll find it, Healthy You, Wealthy Business, or on my website, sarahcookcoaching.com/book. Now, growth mindset and looking at positive emotions, again, is something is related to our health, but actually allows us to overcome challenges. It allows us to remove potential obstacles as well. Because when we know what is likely to happen, or even if not necessarily we know what's likely to happen, if we expect that challenges can happen, we're in that space that we can focus on the things that we can control. And right now, there's a lot of things that we can't control, right? We can't control the the economic situation. We can't control what's going on in other countries from conflict and war perspective. We can't control fuel prices. We can't control a lot of things. But what we can do is focus on the things that we can control and what's within our own influence. So I really want you to turn sort of slightly introspective at this point. Think about the things that you can control within your business as well as yourself. Within ourselves, that's going to look at our emotions. It's going to look at our mindset. It's going to look at our physical health, our emotional health. Thinking about things within your business, looking at the things that are going to help you be more profitable. Now, this isn't just about cutting costs for the sake of it. This is about looking at where you're spending your money, the return on investment that you're getting. Because if we cut and cut and cut our costs, there is a limit, there is that lower level that you can't cut costs anymore. And actually, if you try and cut costs too far, that can have a detrimental impact on your business. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't look at ways to cut costs. I'm saying that you need to look at it in a really objective way to ensure that you can run your business in a really efficient way. So making your finances run in a more efficient way, more positive way, but also looking at things from a more profitable perspective as well. So one of the things that I did when I had my product business, I rejigged my packaging. I realized that I was sending out small parcels and I could easily shift that packaging into large letters. It didn't affect how my customers were receiving those products. What it did do, though, was put extra margin back into my bank account that wasn't going to impact anything to do with the client's customer service or the products that they were going to receive. So really simple example of things that you could do within your business. From a service perspective, you might want to look at, where you're spending your money from the tools, the resources that you have, the systems that you're using. It's something that I do on a quarterly basis. I go through my finances and I look to see if there are any ways that I could potentially make things more efficient within my business. What I haven't stopped doing is investing in myself and investing in my business. In fact, I've just signed to work with 2 coaches, one that I have continued to work with and an additional one. So actually in times of change and in times of uncertainty, I always double down in investing in myself and in my business because I know that I need that additional support. I know that I need different opinions, different experience that can help me navigate through changes. It's also one of the reasons that I've had lots of people come into my mastermind recently because they recognize the importance of having support from people who are like-minded, that are in that positive growth phase, that aren't afraid to talk about wanting more sales, wanting more growth, and actually exploring ways that you can do that. So yes, look at the things that you can control, but don't just think about this from a cutting cost perspective. Look at it from a return on investment perspective. Look at it from a ways that you can grow and scale your business in the ways that you want to. Making things efficient, optimizing things. You might not need to be running all your offers. You might want to run your offers in a different way. You might want to support your clients in a different way. Really thinking about the things that you can control. Now, as part of this, what I would love for you to do is look at your goals for the end of this year. We still have plenty of time for you to bring sales in. We are in the biggest buying season right now, whatever industry you're in. So from the middle of November through to the middle of the December, this is key buying season. So if you haven't got offers out there, you need to make sure that you are. So thinking about this from a reverse engineering perspective, and this is always what I do, is I look at my goals. And I encourage all my clients to do this. We're actually meeting on a mastermind retreat this week, and we are going to be mapping out for next year, so 2023, our goals. And how we do that is reverse engineer things. We look at the goals that we want to achieve, and then we look at the ways that we're going to do them. And I'm all about keeping things simple. So one question that I always ask my clients is, what's the simplest, easiest way that you can achieve your goals? We map out different opportunities, we map out different ways that you can achieve those goals, and then we look at which feels energetically good for us, which is the simplest, easiest way for you to achieve your goals, bring in the sales, support your clients, run your business in the way that you choose to. And then we look at potential obstacles. Now, we can do this from a hope mapping perspective, and this is something that I've talked about on a previous podcast episode. Look at hope mapping. Now, this is a brilliant tool for you to be able to work through things, understand what potential obstacles there might be, any challenges that might come up. And again, if you're aware of those, then you can work through them. You can work through potential obstacles. You can almost expect that those things could happen, and then we can plan for it. So we can mitigate things, we can remove those obstacles. Essentially, this is a way for you to be proactive in hitting your goals and then focusing them on the actions, doing things one step at a time. What are the real things that you need to do that is going to actually make a difference to you and your business? Now, this could be health-related goals, this could be mindset-related goals, this could be direct business financial goals. Really thinking about how you can overcome any real challenges, but creating those pathways to success, and then understanding the intentional actions that you can take one step at a time. And when we start doing this and moving into this proactive focus for our business, we turn that stress that we've been feeling, that overwhelm that we've been feeling, into focusing on things that actually make a difference, which means you're much more likely to achieve your goals, which means you are much more likely to anticipate challenges and being able to overcome those obstacles. And therefore, you're much more likely to achieve the success that you're wanting. So if you haven't already, map things out for the rest of this year, but also start mapping things out for 2023. Now, if you want a little bit more information around how to overcome obstacles or challenges, then I would encourage you to listen to episode 31, which talks about hope mapping and explains more about it. But essentially, I want you to move from any feelings of stress, whether that's a tiny bit of anxiety, whether it's silent anxiety. And a lot of entrepreneurs do feel that level of silent anxiety. And this is something that I've been exploring recently, is that our bodies can feel stressed, even if our minds don't feel stressed. And I would really encourage you to just think about the proactiveness of you and your business, because that's when it's going to make a change. That's when you're going to be able to supercharge things. That's when you're going to have the success that you're dreaming of. Being intentional, focusing on your health, focusing on your mindset, focusing on the things you can control and influence, trying to limit the amount of things that you are consuming, like media, social media, financial situation. Of course, we need to be aware of those things. And I'm not, for any sort of argument's sake, I guess, kind of really saying ignore those things, because that is real life. What I'm really suggesting is focusing on the things you can control, because there, as I said earlier, there are opportunities absolutely everywhere. And if we know how to do this, if we know how we can move forward with our success, that's when you are going to have that healthy business that can withstand any shocks, withstand any illnesses, withstand any changes to the economy, because you have a future-proof one, you have a sustainable business. And that is exactly what I'm encouraging you to do here. So making sure that you have everything in place that you need to, that allows you to supercharge your results, get the sales in, hit your goals. That is exactly what it's all about. And if you want to understand a little bit more about how you can create offers that sell, then I would really encourage you to go back to episode 78, where I broke it down and shared with you 4 simple steps that you can use to create offers that are actually selling right now and to your ideal client. So hopefully today has given you lots of food for thought. I would love your feedback on this. So drop me a message on Instagram at Sarah Cook Coaching with your thoughts. I want you to move from a feeling of stress, and I want you to have that success, because it's absolutely possible. So drop me a message with the word success, and I will be able to support you and share my thoughts if you've got anything coming up for you within your business that you just don't know how to navigate through. So my invitation to you is to take positive action, get some advice, get some support from someone who has been in that situation beforehand. You are not on your own right now. There are so many people out there that are navigating things, but doing it in an amazing way, really hitting their goals, bringing in those sales. And I want that for you as well. One step at a time, focus on the things you can control. Let's turn your goals into reality. I will see you on the next episode. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you very soon. Thanks for listening to the Healthy Business Podcast. To get your free checklist with 1-minute hacks to accelerate your business and find out more about our community, head to my website, sarahcookmarketing.com/healthy business.